Hello, my Elementor friends. Let's take a look at what's coming in the future for Elementor. Elementor's cloud templates. Yes, you can store your templates in your Elementor Pro account. So let's take a look at that. But before we look at that, and if you would like to follow along, let's make sure that you've got a safe testing environment, because beta software should not be used on any production live site that you care about, because bad things might happen. So we want to make sure that we have a safe environment. What safe environment, you ask? Well, LocalWP is one of those safe pieces of software that create an environment for WordPress on your computer so that you can test to your heart's delight and choose the update for Elementor 4 and make sure that nothing bad happens. So let's go take a look at cloud templates. So if you would like to follow along and use the beta version of the software, notice here that I have Elementor version 3.9 Dev 1, and I have Elementor Pro version 3.29 Beta 1. Just ignore the Beta Developer Edition. I accidentally installed that. You don't need it. So, in order to follow along and use the LocalWP software and install WordPress, you can now come over to Elementor Tools. And at Elementor Tools, we have version control. And in version control, we can come down here to become a beta tester. And all you have to do is make sure that beta tester is enabled. Once you do that, refresh. You might have to shut down the site, turn it back on, so that when you go back to your plugins, it will say that you need to update. Once you've got that and you've gotten to Elementor 3.29, then you need to go back into Elementor and Elementor settings, and then you will notice there's an extra tab called Editor V4. And once you go into Editor V4, you will have this screen where you can activate the new experience. You're going to get a warning sign that says, you know that this software is experimental and it may change. Please don't use on a production site. When you say yes to that, then you will get the version 4 installed. And once you do that, we're going to go to a page to look at the templates. So I've just got a home page here, so I'm just going to, let's see, edit it, and I don't think I turned it into a Elementor page. I have not. So I'll turn that on. In order to use the cloud template, let's get started in creating a section. So I'm going to come in here, open a section. It really doesn't matter what it is. I'll give it a background color. Let's go to the Style tab, and we'll give it a background color of this green color, and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to drag an icon in there, and let me style up the icon and give it a different color, and I'll just put a title in there, which it didn't go. I'll try again. There it is. I did not set any of my color stylings. This is a fresh install, and so I need to go back to the parent element, go to the layout, and make sure that everything is centered. Okay, so let's just say that this is a template part. If I click, or actually right-click on the 6 dots in the center there, and I right-click there, I'll get this menu, and notice we have Save as Template, and we have this little new flag next to it. Okay, so I'm going to click that, and we get this new option that is coming in the future. It says give your template a name. I'm just going to give it Test 55 because I've done many tests. You're going to see the other ones that I have already saved to the cloud from a different computer. And so yes, I want to save it to the cloud, not to this installation of Elementor and WordPress. So I'm going to hit save. It's going to spin. And here I am in my account, my Elementor Pro account. And as you can see, I have been testing the template parts, and sure enough, they're there. What also you need to notice over here is the usage. On the Pro plan, you get 5,000 template parts. So you can be your own little web agency and save and collect different template parts. So that is basically the ins and outs, how simple it is to use the templates in the cloud to your Pro account.